He's watching. Every time you hit snooze, every time you choose distraction over discipline, every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," he sees it all, your future self. And he's not judging you, he's just waiting. Waiting to become the version of you that kept going, the version you promised to become. There's someone out there, and he's living the life you could have built. The body you wanted, the mindset you needed, the peace you prayed for. But here's the thing. He doesn't exist yet. He's a blueprint, and you are the builder.
You know what's in your way.
It's not a lack of talent, it's not luck, it's not the world, it's you. But if you created the problem, therefore you can become the solution. This version of you, the one who breaks cycles, who rewires patterns, who doesn't flinch when things get hard, he doesn't come from motivation. He comes from choice. Tiny, quiet, relentless choices when nobody's watching, except you. In 2015, a man named James Lawrence did the impossible. 50 Ironman triathlons, 50 days, 50 states. He didn't do it for records. He did it to become someone his kids could admire. He had failed before. He was broken, exhausted, bleeding, but every morning he woke up and kept going. Because the pain of pushing was nothing compared to the regret of stopping. And that's what legacy is made of. Here's a question. What is your future self begging you to do today that you keep putting off? Is it finally starting that business, leaving that toxic environment, getting healthy, not for looks, but for energy and pride? That voice that whispers more. It's not noise, it's your future calling you forward. There was a kid once. He wasn't the fastest, wasn't the strongest. In fact, he came in last at nearly every race. But he never quit. Therefore, his coach noticed. By his senior year, he had shaved minutes off his time. He didn't win the championship, but he won something greater: self-respect. 10 years later, he still runs. Not for medals, but for the memory of who he used to be and who he refused to remain. Every day is a vote for the person you'll become. You're either casting that vote with purpose or handing it away to autopilot. And here's the truth no one likes to say. You are not entitled to the future you dream about. You have to earn it in silence, in repetition, in discomfort. So the next time you want to scroll, sleep in. Break that promise to yourself. Picture him, your future self, the one who has peace, who walks into rooms with presence, who no longer doubts. He remembers the pain, the uncertainty, the nights when you almost gave up. And he thanks you because you didn't. You don't need to change your life overnight. Just win today. Then win tomorrow. Then string those wins together like bricks and build. But let's pause for a second, because building doesn't always look like success. Most of the time, it looks like silence, no praise, no applause, just you and the decision to try again. It looks like setting your alarm for 5 a.m. and dragging yourself out of bed while the rest of the world sleeps. It looks like logging into your dream when no one else believes in it. It looks like showing up, not for motivation, but out of integrity. See, nobody talks about the quiet war, the war inside you, the one where you have to choose between who you are and who you want to become. It's not a single battle. It's fought every morning when the alarm goes off, every evening when the doubts creep in, Every weekend when comfort calls your name and discipline whispers, stay focused. The man you haven't met yet, he's not forged in moments of inspiration. He's built in the boring, the brutal, the consistent. It's the reps no one sees, the sacrifices no one celebrates, the hours you work that don't go viral. That's where he's born. Think about the greats, not just athletes, not just icons, ordinary people who chose extraordinary consistency. The mom who raised 3 kids while building a business from scratch. The student who studied with borrowed books in a power-cut village. The man who turned down the party, the comfort, the easy life, because he believed in a future no one else could see. That's what this is about, belief. Not in a guarantee, but in the possibility. The possibility that if you keep going, even when no one claps, even when nothing changes, something will. Because effort compounds. And just like interest in a bank, your small daily actions are stacking up. They're forming a life, a mindset, a legacy. And here's something they don't teach you in school. Success isn't loud. It's not always flashy. Real success is quiet. It's built in the late nights, the early mornings, the small yeses, the private no's. It's built when you say, I'll keep going, even though I'm tired. I'll stay in, even though everyone else is out. I'll believe in him, my future self, even when I don't feel like much today. You don't become that man overnight. You become him by not quitting tonight. It's hard, I know. You're human. You'll have moments of doubt. You'll question if this is worth it. But in those moments, remember this. You're not just showing up for yourself today. You're showing up for your future family, your future peace, your future pride. You're showing up for the man who will one day stand tall, not because he never fell, but because every time he did, he got back up. That's the version of you that's counting on this moment, this one, right now. He's not asking you to be perfect. He's just asking you to try, to show up again, to make the next right choice, to take the stairs when you'd rather coast, to say yes to the work and no to the excuses that stole years from the old you. And one day, you'll thank yourself, not for the achievements, not for the success, but for the quiet strength you showed when it didn't seem worth it. Because that's when it always matters most, when it's hardest, when it's silent, when it's thankless. That's where legacies are built. So breathe, reset, and move again. Because the man you haven't met yet, he's not just watching, he's counting on you. Years from now, you'll either be living in the life you built or the consequences of the life you avoided. So ask yourself, which version of me do I want watching this moment? Because every rep, every word, every uncomfortable choice echoes forward. Your future self is watching. Make him proud. Comment, I won't let him down. Subscribe for more. This isn't motivation. It's your next move. Fuel the climb.